What does the draw launch mean for your club? I'm Paul Grzadka, joined by former NRL player and current Buy Round podcast host James Graham to discuss Manly's chances in 2025. And James, Anthony Seibold got the Sea Eagles firing last year. They qualified for the top 8 for the first time since 2021. What improvements can they make in 2025 to get even deeper in the final series?
For me, when I look back at Manly's year last year, there were some games they were expected to win that they threw away. If they can sort that out, and maybe it's an attitude thing, they'll be there or thereabouts for the top 4. I think as well, when I look at their style, it was an enjoyable style to watch when they move the ball to an edge, because they do have so much pace in their team. But then I think to that game against the Bulldogs, I think in the last 2 rounds of the season, where they just played through the middle, and that was a style that worked for them as well, because they've got some very aggressive forwards. If they can have that balance between through the front door and then shift to the edges, I think it could work well. But it's about finding that balance and not just being one-trick ponies, because sometimes when they moved the ball to the edge, they flirted with danger and they turned over cheap possession.
Lehigh Hopewade made an immediate impact when debuting last season. How do you see the club incorporating him and Tom Trbojevic into the same lineup?
That's a great question, Paul. Trbojevic, when he plays at fullback, he's so devastating. But can he play a full season there?
That's the big question.
When you've got a person with the ability of Hopewade, you can't not pick him. Maybe we'll see Minicello, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck style of centre wing swapping, maybe a 2 fullback approach. Wouldn't surprise me to see Manly employ those tactics.
They only had 3 wins out of 9 games decided by 6 points or less. So can they improve on that record in 2025, which could help them propel to a top 4 spot?
That's the goal for Manly. Is I think they know they have the squad and the team to have a crack at the top 4, but it's about getting results in games that they're expected to win.
This will be a tough question, the Jenga piece, because they are a top-heavy team salary cap-wise, but who is the piece that they just can't have left out?
Turbo. He's got to be in there in some way, shape or form. The centre experiment lasted a week. Unfortunately, injuries forced him to the back, which I say forced him to the back, made him move back to fullback. But for me, he has to be on that field in some capacity for Manly to win games, to have a crack at the championship. He's the big Jenga piece for me.
And this question will answer a lot. Arrow up, sideways or down?
Or sideways or up. They're another puzzling outfit, the Manly Sea Eagles, and when they're at their best, very hard to beat. We saw them at the start of last season. They beat the mighty Panthers at home, and quite convincingly as well, if I recall. But then, geez, they spilled their lollies sometimes.
It'll be a great watch either way. Thanks, James. The full NRL draw is now available at nrl.com or on the app.